What is up, everybody? This is Alex from IHE TV, and today I'm going to go through the 98th Academy Awards nominees with me, Oscar. It's that time of the year again for the only film awards show that people seem to care about for whatever reason. Some notable picks and some notable snubs, but we'll get into that as we go along. Let's just go through this list and give some thoughts and feelings as they come up. So starting with actor in a leading role, we got Tim Cham from Marty Supreme, Leo DiCaprio from One Battle After Another, Ethan Hawke from Blue Moon, Michael B. Jordan from Sinners, and I guess Wagner Moura from The Secret Agent. Still have yet to see Blue Moon and The Secret Agent, but this to me is a battle between Tim Cham and DiCaprio, who I think I'd give it to Leo, personally. Actor in a supporting role, we got Benicio del Toro for One Battle, Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein, Delroy Lindo for Sinners, Sean Penn for One Battle After Another, and Stellan Skarsgård for Sentimental Value. Pretty good choices here. It has to go to Sean Penn, right? The most commanding, memorable performance, probably, out of all these characters here, even though there are some good picks to choose from. Actress in a leading role, we got Jessie Buckley for Hamnet, Rose Byrne and If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, Kate Hudson from Song Sung Blue, Renee Rainsford for Sentimental Value, and Emma Stone for Bugonia. I still got to see a couple of these, but I thought Renee Rainsford was awesome in Sentimental Value. I just want to see a range of actors. It's boring when it just falls down to one or two movies. Actress in a supporting role, we got Elle Fanning for Sentimental Value, Inga Ibsdotter Lilius, also for Sentimental Value, Amy Madigan for Weapons, Wunmi Mosaku for Sinners, Tiana Taylor for One Battle. One of the weirder ones here, I've got to shout out Amy Madigan for Weapons. The fact that they gave a horror movie anything that isn't a period piece like Sinners is pretty significant. That would be awesome if she won that, even though the competition is strong. I really feel like they should have put Chase Infinity, as her role is much more considerable and important than Taylor's role in the movie. Not that she was bad, but if we're talking about a notable supporting role, she definitely should have got it. Not really into these Sinners picks. We'll get into that in more detail shortly. I don't know, I just don't really get the fervor around that movie. I don't get why it has the most nominations in history of all films ever. Like, it was good. It wasn't really Oscar worthy outside of some musical stuff for me. Animated feature film, we got Arco, Elio, K-pop Demon Hunters, Little Amelie, and Zootopia 2. Insanely weak year for this category. Still yet to see Arco and Little Amelie. But what, K-pop Demon Hunters or Zootopia are gonna get this? Even though I don't think, especially K-pop Demon Hunters, I don't think deserves Best Animated Feature Film, but whatever. In fact, Elio is up here, just kind of shows how weak this year is. No Chainsaw Man or Naja 2. But yeah, this has to go to Demon Hunters, right? Animated short film, I'm sorry. I don't even know where to watch these. Casting, Hamnet, Nina Gold, Marty Supreme, Jennifer Venditti, One Battle After Another, Cassandra Koulakandis, The Secret Agent, Gabriel Dominguez, and Sinners, Francine Maisler. I wouldn't really be upset by any of these. I think the casting is good in all of these movies that I've seen. I've still got to see Hamnet and The Secret Agent, but nothing too wild there. Cinematography, we've got Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Train Dreams. My pick would be between Train Dreams and One Battle, probably. But if we're just talking pure cinematography, I don't know how Train Dreams wouldn't win this. Costume design, we got Avatar, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, and Sinners. Usually these kind of categories just break down to, are there lots of it? And I'd probably give it to Frankenstein or Marty Supreme. I'd be happy if either of those got it, although I could see Sinners getting it for it having that period piece kind of nature. Directing, we got Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. This has to go to PTA, right? Although it would be nice to see Josh Safdie get a win here, or Johan Trier, but this definitely seems less likely. Documentary feature film, The Alabama Solution, Come See Me in the Good Light, Cutting Through Rocks, Mr. Nobody Against Putin, and The Perfect Neighbor. The only one of these I've seen is Perfect Neighbor, so I've got no strong opinion on this category. Let me know in the comments the real standouts from this, so I can fast track. Sorry, documentary short film. It's almost cruel that they even include it, because that's when everyone takes a pee break. Film editing. This is a weird one. F1, Marty Supreme, One Battle, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. I think two of these films actually have kind of bad editing at points, so I really hope it's not F1 or Sinners that wins this category, even though it's usually kind of a joke. Again, it usually just breaks it down to, oh, there's lots of it. There's lots of quick cuts or something obvious. Whereas I think my pick would be Sentimental Value, with the subtle kind of structuring of the editing being a really punchy, memorable part of that film. Where sure, yeah, the racing scenes in F1 are slick, but that's less than half the movie. You've got to get through all of this painful, boringly blocked conversation character stuff that just doesn't work. And it's straight up badly edited at times. International feature film, we got Brazil for The Secret Agent, France for It Was Just an Accident, Norway for Sentimental Value, Spain for Surat, Tunisia for The Voice of Hind Rajab. Nice to see it was just an accident in there. The only nomination it got, I think. And would be my pick, but I still haven't seen Surat, which I hear is excellent. Live action short film. I'm sorry. Makeup and hairstyling, Frankenstein, Kokuho, Sinners, The Smashing Machine, and The Ugly Stepsister. The only nom for The Smashing Machine, sure, give it this if you want. Again, I don't really think that's a Oscar-worthy film myself, but this is an easy one for Frankenstein for me. Although I could see Sinners taking it, I'll still have to see these other two to have a strong opinion on that. Music, original score, Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, and Sinners. To me, this is between One Battle and Sinners. I actually think Sinners might take it, even though that Johnny Greenwood score would definitely be my pick. Kind of makes that movie. Then in music, original song, Dear Me from Diane Warren, Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters, I Lied to You from Sinners, Sweet Dreams of Joy from Viva Verdi, and Train Dreams from Train Dreams. I Lied to You is probably going to win this, right? If they're not just going to default to K-Pop Demon Hunters for just being the most popular. This scene in the movie is like a 10 out of 10 scene, so can't be mad if that winds up winning this one. This is the first inclusion of Train Dreams, right? So a bit more on that in a moment. But Best Picture, we got Begonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams. So it's only The Secret Agent and Hamnet, which I haven't seen here. And I'm kind of torn what I think is going to win and what I want to win. I would give No Other Choice. But seeing as that's not an option, I have no other choice than to give it probably to One Battle After Another. Although there are a handful of these where I could roll the die and just be happy. It's nice to see that Begonia got a few noms, but where's the Jesse Plemons nod? Like, he's like one of the best parts of the movie. F1 being here is just kind of a... what? Like, it's fine. It's a serviceable big blockbuster. As far as, like, cream of the crop Oscar contenders, nah. Like, it's silly that it's in here. But I can't be too mad at this overall list. The only one that really stands out to me as being like, what are you doing here? Is F1. But who's actually going to be picked? It's either going to be Marty, One Battle, or Sinners, probably. Production design, we got Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle, and Sinners. I would give this to Frankenstein, but I could see this going to Sinners. Sound, we have F1, Frankenstein, One Battle, Sinners, and Surat. The obvious winner for this would be Warfare if it was nominated. That was the most notable use of sound in a film from 2025 that I have seen. Otherwise, without seeing Surat, I'd probably give this to One Battle, but not particularly passionately. Visual effects, we got Avatar, F1, Jurassic World Rebirth, The Lost Bus, and Sinners. Okay, I've never even heard of this, so it's Paul Greengrass. Okay, I mean, I would give it to Avatar, but maybe Sinners will win this as well. Writing, adapted screenplay, we got Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle, and Train Dreams. I'd love to see Begonia win this, but I have a feeling Hamnet might grab this one. I don't know, there are some good choices for sweeps this year. Writing, original screenplay, last but not least, we got Blue Moon, It Was Just an Accident, Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. Not seeing Blue Moon, these middle three picks would be what I would choose. It would be awesome if It Was Just an Accident won this, because it is a tight, nimble, original story, as is Sentimental Value. I actually think Weapons should be in here. If we're talking about horror movies, I think the structure and writing of Weapons is much better than Sinners, personally. So a couple of the major snubs, I'd consider No Other Choice not being nominated in any category to be a crime. Why have you done this? It deserves cinematography. I think it's an adapted screenplay. This has great sound design. I don't know, there's so many categories it could have fit in. No excuse for not including it. I really feel like Joel Edgerton deserved a nomination for Train Dreams, but what are you gonna do? And seeing as this is a notable year for horror films, getting a bunch of noms, Sinners and Weapons even getting included in there. 28 Years got nothing, even though I think there are 3 major categories it could happily sit in, comfortably sit in, and have a good argument for. Cinematography, original score, and makeup, I think would all be justifiable. My personal favorite original score, Young Fathers did an incredible job for it, and not getting their dues, so that's a shame. But otherwise, a fine list. We'll see how this comes together on the 15th of March. Let me know your picks and your issue with my picks, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!